took advantage of that.
Is that burden factored into your graph?
No, it's just our true cost. It's just our actual cost. We didn't. I'm sorry, we didn't put that in there. We probably should do both. And no, on the other two projects that I presented, those had labor in them, or this one didn't. So that probably has a lot to do with the quick payback on it. Absolutely. So the project cost is probably half of what it should be. This is another neat project we're doing on campus. This is a Google map image of the main campus, and what we're doing is we hired an engineering student that just finished his 4-year degree, and he couldn't get a job, so we get them real cheap when they can't work, whatever. So we put him to work, and we bought him a little push cart, a little 4-wheel cart, and we put a laptop on there, and we put a GPS on it and a light meter. Yeah, and so now he's pushing that cart over dozens of miles of roads or whatever, and sidewalks, whatever, and he's doing a survey of the campus. And at the end of the night, he obviously has to do it at night, and he's bringing back and downloading that data to the Google image, and it plots it on here using the GPS coordinates. So we're able to get when we get done, we'll see a collage of the whole campus of what the exterior light levels are. So that was the difficult part of the problem, was he had to write the software to do the collage thing, to do the blending of the colors or whatever, and the blending of the points to make it one big. And I don't have a very good picture of that. He sent me this right yesterday, or Friday when I was working on this, and he didn't send me the right one. It's supposed to be different colors. But anyway, this is the area he's covered so far, but it's supposed to be different colors based on the intensity of the light. And that's what it will be when we get done with the project. But I think that's neat. It's going to identify where we're overlit. We think we've got a lot of areas overlit. We've also got some underlit. So I think the net hopefully is going to be a lower lighting density for us. And so that's what we're all about, is trying to save money in our group.
Is there an effort to make sure all the lights go down in your retrofits?
Light pollution?
Yeah, not in this survey, but yeah, we absolutely need to. Another goal we have is to get the LEED lighting credit for the entire campus. We're trying to we're doing a project by project right now, but after we get to a slowdown point where we got more time, we want to go through the entire campus and get our boundary of our entire property to reduce the light pollution to a level that we can get that credit for the entire campus.
Are you using any exterior LED lights?
We have put up a couple as test cases. We have not bought any yet. They're just on loan to us. And I haven't heard the results of that yet. The only thing I did hear was that we bought or we thought we were getting a lighter color, and we ended up with one that matches the high pressure sodium. So I don't think it's a real fair test. I want to go back to that manufacturer and say, I want to change the CRI, or I want to change the.
If you go to 5,000 Kelvin.
Yeah, well, our administration really is against that high of a color temperature. They're really about aesthetics. I mean, they won't let us go above like 4,100. That's the problem we had in that parking garage. And so they're trying to keep us to this 4,100, and we're trying to push it to 4,600. We'd love to be at 51 or something, but we might be able to get to 4,600 at some point.
Because you could actually have lower light levels
That's
if you increase the Kelvin.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what we found. I was going to tell that story, and I forgot about it when we were in the garage, but that's exactly what happened in the garage. Was we lowered those light levels, and they read less on the meter even, but your eye perceives so much more light, and so we had to buy that expensive light meter to make that, close that loop, to be able to prove that we had the light levels that our eyes are actually seeing. Another project kind of neat we're doing is this is a Zigbee wireless system where we're going to control some 80 or 90 different circuits on the main campus, individual lighting circuits right now. We're going to take, we've already got it mounted, actually, the radio transmitters on one of the highest buildings, and it's sending out this Zigbee signal. And these are the actual receivers, and they look just like the photocells, and they snap into the same socket as a photocell. And they even act as a photocell when they're not, they'll default as a photocell. So in other words, if the sun goes down and they don't get an on signal, they'll turn on anyway. They'll continue to act as a photocell. But with this radio signal, we can send an on and off signal to any individual component, any of those lighting circuits all over campus. And the Zigbee is this mod hopping technology. So it's a, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it sends a signal to just the first one, and the first one contacts the second one, and the second one third one, and a mesh network, yeah. And it's a self-healing mesh network. So if one goes down, it'll find another way to get to its other buddies. So it's all about finding all of its buddies around its area or whatever. And so, we've got high hopes for this, that you know, anyone that has this many circuits like we do, you always have fixtures on. Michelle and I go to coffee in the morning. We always laugh. We see these lighting circuits on when the sun's already up and stuff. We're always laughing about the maintenance must be testing the lights.
My kids get mad
But-
at me, they can always comment on the lighting in the restaurants or whatever.
Right, right.
Leave it alone, Dad, leave it alone.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the way I am. Exactly. So the other thing it allows you to do is to group these lights, whatever. It's all the features of a regular lighting control system, you know, where you've got a web-based front end you can work with and things. So we're excited about getting that, and we've got a couple of circuits on it now, but it's kind of slow for us. We're having trouble getting a electrical contractor come up to speed on it. They're having trouble just executing the project. In review, some of the stuff we covered today I want to retouch on. I think is important to make sure we've got the right quantity, not only the right quantity of light, but the right quality of light. Because again, we don't want to have a negative impact on productivity. We're not going to go anywhere if we do. So we want to maximize the lamp and ballast efficiency. Think about things as a system, not only the lamp and ballast, but also the fixture. Think about it as a system approach instead of an individual component approach. Look for automatic controls options anywhere you can. You know, in this room, it's great for a ceiling sensor. I don't know if they have any. I don't think they have any control in here, but it'd be a great place for a ceiling with a dual technology in here. Maintenance. We talked about that, and what I believe group relamping can do for you can really lower your costs and also raise your productivity and raise your interior conditions. Fixture cleaning, Energy Star exit signs. We didn't talk about that, but everyone knows the drill there. It's LED is a real stronghold in exit lights, and that's what we use. There's other technologies where there's no power required at all, which we stay away from. Responsible disposal of your lamps. Replace the incandescents first. You're not going to be able to buy them. Don't forget to provide some illumination while you're doing the retrofits and maintain your safe environment. Whenever possible, lower your fixtures closer to your work plane. That's going to mean remember that relationship between the height and the density. Use light-colored walls and ceilings whenever possible. Also floor coverings. Task lighting whenever possible, and then natural lighting. Trying to take advantage of that. That's all I have today. Yes?
Your research incorporated any photoluminescence into your program?